Long ago, in a quiet village where the red earth met thick green forests and wide fields of millet and cassava, there lived a woman named Amina. The village was called Kandara, and life there followed the rhythm of the sun. At dawn, roosters crowed and smoke curled gently from cooking huts as women prepared porridge over small clay fires. Children chased goats through the dusty paths, and elders gathered beneath the giant baobab tree to share wisdom. In Kandara, fire was life. Fire cooked the food. Fire warmed the night. Fire gathered families together. But Amina was different. For reasons no one could explain, Amina cooked without fire. No flames burned outside her hut. No smoke rose from her cooking place. Yet every afternoon, the scent of delicious meals drifted across the village-rich stews. Roasted yams, spiced beans, and fragrant rice. And people wondered, how can food cook without fire? The villagers whispered. Some said it was magic. Some said it was the blessing of the ancestors. Others were not so kind. She must be hiding something, said the jealous ones. She's a witch, murmured a few who feared what they could not understand. Yet, whenever someone tasted Amina's food, their doubts softened like butter in the sun. Her meals were the best in the village. Even the elders admitted it. Every morning, women walked past Amina's small hut, carrying bundles of firewood. They always slowed their steps near her door, hoping to glimpse her cooking. But they saw nothing. No fire, no charcoal, no cooking smoke. Just Amina calmly working beside large clay pots. One afternoon, 3 curious villagers, Juma, Bako, and Lalai, decided they would uncover the truth. We will hide behind the mango trees, Juma said. Yes, Bako agreed. Today we will see how she tricks everyone. So they waited. The sun climbed high in the sky. Birds chirped lazily in the heat. Finally, Amina stepped outside, carrying a pot filled with chopped vegetables, beans, and spices. She placed the pot in a strange box made of wood and shiny metal sheets. Then she closed the lid and waited. The 3 watchers blinked in confusion. No fire, whispered Lila. No fire, said Bako. Hours passed. Later, when Amina opened the box, steam rose from the patand. The smell of perfectly cooked stew drifted through the air. The watchers were stunned. How is this possible? Juma gasped, but they still did not understand. Soon the whole village buzzed with rumors. She traps spirits in the pot, one man claimed. She speaks to the sun, another suggested. She hides secret fire that only she can see, said an old woman. The elders grew concerned. Fear spreads quickly when people do not understand something. So one evening they called a village meeting beneath the great baobab tree. The entire village gathered. Children sat quietly on woven mats. Goats wandered near the edge of the crowd. The orange sunset painted long shadows across the earth. The eldest man in Kandara, Elder Omari, spoke slowly. Amina, he said gently, the people are troubled. They do not understand your gift. Amina looked around the circle. She saw curiosity. She saw suspicion. She saw fear, but she also saw hunger for truth. She bowed respectfully. My elders, she said softly, there is no magic in what I do. The villagers murmured. No magic, someone whispered. Amina smiled slightly. I only cooked with the fire that everyone forgets. The villagers looked at one another in confusion. Before anyone could question her further, disaster struck Kandara. The rains did not come. Week after week, the sky remained empty. The river shrank. The soil cracked. Crops withered in the fields. Soon, food became scarce. Families rationed their grain carefully. Cooking fires burned less often because there was little to cook. Worst of all, firewood became difficult to find. The forests around Kandara grew dry and fragile. The elders forbade people from cutting too many trees. Without wood, many villages could no longer cook their food. Fear spread once again. One evening, Elder Omari called another gathering. We must find a way to feed our people, he said. All eyes slowly turned toward Amina, the woman who cooked without fire. Amina stood quietly before the crowd. "If you are willing to learn," she said, "I will show you how I cook." The villagers leaned forward eagerly. The next morning, Amina invited them to the open field outside her hut. She brought several strange wooden boxes, lined with shiny metal and clear glass. The villagers stared in confusion. "Where is the fire?" Huma asked it. Amina pointed toward the sky. "There." The villagers followed her finger. The sun blazed brightly above them. "This is the fire that never dies," Amina said. She placed a pot of beans, water, and spices inside one of the boxes and covered it with glass. "The sun's heat enters the box," she explained, "and the shiny walls keep the warmth inside." The villagers watched as hours passed. Slowly, steam began to rise. The beans cooked perfectly. Gasps filled the crowd. "The sun cooked the food," Lila whispered. "Yes," Amina said. "The sun has always been our greatest fire." For many days, Amina taught the villagers how to build some cooking boxers. They used wood scraps, clay, metal sheets, and pieces of glass. Soon the open field filled with shining solar cooked. Women placed pots of rice, yams, beans, and vegetables inside them. Children laughed as they watched the sunlight do the cooking. There was no smoke, no firewood, no burning forests, and yet the village had warm meals again. Even the elders marveled. Elder Omari nodded thoughtfully. "Amina," he said, "you have given us wisdom greater than fire." Human Bako, who once tried to spy on Amina, approached her one afternoon. "We judged you wrongly," Huma admitted. "We thought you hid magic," Bako added. Amina smiled kindly. "Sometimes knowledge looks like magic to those who have not yet learned." They bowed their heads. From that day forward, they helped build more solar cookers for every family in Kandara. Seasons passed, the rains eventually returned. But the people of Kandara never forgot Amina's lesson. They continued using the sun to cook many of their meals. The forests grew healthier. Firewood lasted longer, and the village became known far and wide as the place where people cooked with sunlight. Travelers came from distant lands to learn the secret, but the villagers always told them the same thing. It is not magic, it is wisdom. Years later, when children gathered beneath the baobab tree, the elders would tell the story of Amina. They ended the tale with these words: "Many people fear what they do not understand, but wisdom is not always loud like fire. Sometimes it is quiet, like sunlight." And the moral of the story was simple: never judge what you do not understand. Knowledge and humility can turn even the sun into a cooking fire.